Hello, 'tis I, Julian Greystoke, and I am here with another tag. Please, 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 stop moaning and groaning. A lot of people are doing this tag. This one seems to be like the tag that it's still okay to do and not be a loser. Gosh, I hope so. Anyway, ignore the loud noises in the background. This is the mid-year freakout tag. Yay! Where we talk about, in the middle of the year, all the books that we've read, what we're looking forward to reading still. I'm late to this tag, but when am I not late to things? That's like my whole entire shtick is being late to things. So what have I read so far this year? Let's do the tag and find out. I am reserving the right to just kind of skip answers or say I don't know to some, because I don't want to be here forever trying to like look through lists and figure out like when did that book come out, like all of that stuff. I'm not terribly concerned with like new releases and stuff, so those answers are probably going to be slightly unsatisfying, but let's go. Question 1, the best book that you've read so far in 2024. Well, this was an early read and one that is sticking with me, so keep an eye out for it at my end of year list of favorites, and that is A House with Good Bones. This is a supernatural thriller by an author who is fast becoming a favorite of mine. T. Kingfisher. I have more of their books like on reserve from the library. I have a need. So far, I've pretty much liked everything of Kingfisher's that I've read. I think that their style meshes really well with what I like to read, so here's hoping that that continues to be a trend. It is rare for me to find an author that I like really click with, like so completely. I mean like one or two of their books, but so far I have been clicking really hard with T. Kingfisher, so hopefully that sticks around. Look, Jojo is here. Jojo, it's very hot today, Jojo. I don't really need a kitty. Do you hear Daddy upstairs? He's going to work. All right, what's the next question? Question 2, what is the best sequel you have read so far in 2024? And now I have cat hair on my lips. My love of giving my animals little smooches is so often ruined by the fact that I then have cat hair all over my lips. And ferret hair and just horse hair, I smooch everything, and that's a mistake. I don't read very many sequels. I'm just not a sequel person, so I don't even know if I read any this year. I read Iron Flame. I don't think that's my favorite anything this year, but it might have to qualify because that's the only sequel that I think I've read. Everything else is a standalone or the first book in the series, so I'm just not a series person. And unless the first book really, really grabs me, I'm probably not gonna read the second one. Question 3, a new release you haven't read yet but want to. This is one of those answers that I'm gonna just leave by the wayside because it would take too long for me to sit here and Google like new releases in 2024 and decide if there's any that I want to read. I do not pay attention to that stuff. Same with most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I have no idea what's being released in the second half of the year. Oh, except most anticipated release, the next Lightlark book. Not because I'm going to enjoy it, but because I'm going to enjoy talking about it with you all here on this channel. If you are newer to this channel, we do these things I call read-alongs, which are actually just a very extensive and incredibly snarky, like, reading vlog. If you like Crimson Rogue and all of those people who, like, break down books while sassing them, you're really going to like my series, my read-along series, because it's the same thing, except for I have to do it in sessions because our internet cannot handle uploading a 7-hour video. I think the router would just explode. Once I tried to upload a 2-hour video and it took 2 actual full days, 2 24-hour cycles for a 2-hour video to upload. So I'm not doing the 7-hour ones. Sorry guys, gotta do it in sections, but it's the same thing and I think we have a great time. We learn a lot, we snark a lot, so check those out. And I'm really looking forward to doing the next Lightlark book as one of those as well, because we are apparently locked in to Lightlark books. We're doing those. Biggest disappointment of the year. Oh gosh, now this is where I shine. Disappointments.
Disappointed!
And there have been many books that I thought I was gonna love, and then they turned out to be mid at best. I'm gonna go ahead and give the title to The Death of Jane Lawrence, which started out so promising and I thought I was gonna love it. I have a whole review, a whole rant review of it, so go check that out if you're interested. But it was advertised to me as being like Crimson Peak, and I love Crimson Peak, little known fact about me. Love that movie so much. It was not that. It was something different. And I was very disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed in you, Death of Jane Lawrence. Biggest surprise this year? Did anything really surprise me this year? Oh yeah, something did. A little book that I will hopefully have a review up for soon if I don't already, called Mr. Magic, which was a book that I had seen floating around on my library's website, and I let some bad reviews convince me to not start reading it immediately. I usually don't let bad reviews convince me to never read a book, but sometimes I'll put it off. But I finally got to Mr. Magic, and I really liked it, which, maybe I have terrible taste. I don't know, but that was a very pleasant surprise. The next question is favorite new author, either new to me or just new in general, debut. And I don't really have anybody that is new to me or a debut that I really liked this year, so pass. Next question is newest fictional crush. I don't get very many fictional crushes anymore, unfortunately. They are few and far between. I did enjoy one of the characters in a book called Stillhouse Lake that I don't even think I made a video review of because it didn't leave that much of an impression on me. His name was Javi, and he was very cute, and I was like, ooh, possible new crush? And then he sort of disappeared and stopped being important to the book, and the book clearly forgot about him because I don't even know what happened to him at the end of it. Kind of disappointing. You can read my review of that on Goodreads. The next question is, who is my new favorite character this year? And it's possible that I'll have a favorite character from a book that I didn't necessarily enjoy, so I'm gonna look through my books and see which one, if any. There were no characters that I loved this year. The male lead in Thornhedge, which was also a T. Kingfisher book. I really enjoyed him as well. Honestly, he might actually swap him in for my previous answer. I really liked him. He was just the quintessential cinnamon bun warrior guy, just out here trying to do the right thing. And it's just oh, my exact type? How did you know? I'm looking at my list of books that I've read this year, and nobody is jumping out at me as somebody that I'm yes, new favorite character that's going to stick with me. Sure, there were some fine characters, but there aren't any that are oh my gosh, bestie material. I love this character. The next question is a book that made you cry. I do not cry at books because I have a cold heart made of stone. How about book that made you happy? Well, I have to say, A House with Good Bones made me happy because I was overjoyed to find another book that I unequivocally really liked. Most beautiful book you have bought so far this year? I don't think I've bought any books this year. I am not a book purchaser. I do want to own A House with Good Bones, but I haven't purchased it yet. I really only buy hard copies of books if I if I know that I like them. I have bought 2 books this year, but neither of them are terribly pretty. I bought Dread Nation and one other one, but they're just standard. There's nothing special. I am not a book collector. So you know how they say that book collecting and book reading are 2 separate hobbies? I'm actually in the book reading one and not the book collecting one, which I know is weird. I understand that that's strange. My husband is in the book collecting one. He can't go to a bookstore without walking out with several new books, but I am very selective about the books that I actually spend money on and own and put in my house. So I don't really have any pretty books that I bought this year. Best book to film adaptation you've seen this year. That one's tough. I did see the Dune movie, but I didn't particularly like it. I also saw Tarot. I knew it was going to be terrible. I went to go see it because I like terrible horror movies and I read tarot. So I was perfect. And it was fun. It was stupid, but it was fun. And apparently it's based on a book called Horoscope, which is the best pun title. And I need to read that book at some point. Have not read it yet. But actually, I think we get to give this award to something that I've not seen all of. My husband actually started watching this, but that is Wandla, which I had read the first book in that series quite a while ago, many, many years ago, in the previous house where we lived. I thought it was fine, but the animated series is really cute. Honestly, it's cute. It's not very complex, especially the animation is a little bit cheap looking, but it's cute. And honestly, if anything deserved a series, it's those books. I do wish that it could be given a 2D animated series because I think it would work a lot better for those books, but beggars can't be choosers, and it's really cute. You know what, if you like something fluffy, something non-threatening, and you like sort of science fantasy, Go check it out. And finally, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? Let me just go look at my TBR real quick. It's lengthy. So one book I'm really excited about and waiting until it comes out on audio because I just basically don't have time to read books is Jill Barup's book, Just Stab Me Now. I don't think it's going to be as amazing as the, raving 5-star reviews say it is, but I'm still really interested to see it. I followed her entire short video series that gave her the inspiration for this book, and I watched her go through her process of writing her very first book ever. I feel like she did a lot of things right. She knew that she needed editors. She seemed to take their advice. So I'm really excited to see what the final product is, and I'm just I know that I must be patient because she is self-publishing, and I know how it is when you're self-publishing, and I think she just moved house fairly recently. I was doing a lot of renovations on the house and stuff, so the audiobook is not out yet, but I know she's planning to make one, and I eagerly await finding out how she did on her first ever novel. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna be as amazing as her fans have hyped it up to be, but I am really curious and excited and pleased to see that she took it seriously enough to do things like hire editors and take their advice and understand that just because she's a YouTuber doesn't mean that she's an amazing writer. So many YouTubers who write a book, they don't admit things like, hey, this is my first try, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, hey, I'm making mistakes. So I love to see when people can be honest about their process, and she was from what I saw, so I'm excited to read it. But that's all for this tag, everyone. Thank you for sticking around, even though it is a tag and tags are no longer cool, although they seem to be making a comeback, so I'm excited. Can tags make a comeback? Anyway, it's getting late. I need to get ready for work, but thank you all for watching. Don't forget that I have several books that you can purchase now for your very own on Amazon. You can also check me out on Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you get exclusive content not seen here on the regular channel, so that's pretty hype. You can also support me with one-time donations on Ko-fi, coffee, whatever it is. And of course, I am a developmental editor, so if you're looking for one of those to help you out with your book, to do it right like Jill Barup did, then you can potentially hire me. Message me, see if we'd be a good fit. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see all of you again next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Bye!
I gotta sing the Doom song now! Doom, 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 doom.
Yeah, the world might seem pretty full of doom and gloom. Hey, at least there's patrons. Patrons like Annika, Jen, Gay Tutter, Constantina, Lochnoonga, SB Boots, Martha, July, Bird Anonymous, Sunny Shy, Peregrine, Sarah, Kat, 78 kilograms of shade, Veda, Roma, Pansing Pony, Haley, Sam, Kira, Kohikaro, Mooney, Pudimancer, Kirsten, Bear, Jojo Bookish, Robin, Ursula, Caitlin, Jessica, KJ, Lafone, Amanda, Celia, Alyssa, Rita, Deborah, Afra, Melissa, Swamp Goblin Waifu, Sophia, Merween, Kit, Hidden Glade, Light Julie, Belle, Patrick, Anne Sophie, Callison, Shelby, Zaire, Jesper, Rennie, Scribbling Cat, Savvy, Jenny, Amanda, and Lisa. Thanks again for being my amazing patrons and keeping me just this side of doom.
What's that?
This is a special shout out to a new patron. That's right. When you become a patron of mine at any level, you get a special shout out on one of my videos. And this one goes out to Constantina, who makes queer art and comics on their website. You can go check them out for free. I will link you below, but we love to hear about queer art and comics here. That's right up our alley. So go check it out.